Welcome back to Hardball. And as I said at the start of the show tonight, the pitchforks are out. And the collision could be coming with a new Republican Senate. And some on the right and on the left are spoiling for a political fight now. How will that play out? Also, why aren't Democrats getting a little more credit, just a little more, when it comes to the economy? And just as the 2014 election season is winding down, the 2016 campaign is ramping up. Democrats are turning their attention to Hillary Clinton, who's expected to pursue her party's nomination a second time. Some Democrats want her to announce her intention sooner rather than later. But does Hillary Clinton want a target put on her back so soon? Those questions are for the roundtable tonight. Radio talk show host, my friend Joe Madison, Washington correspondent for the great Time magazine, which has a great cover about, you may not like the looks of this cover, but it's got him on there, Mitch McConnell, J. Newton Small, who contributed to Time's new cover story, aforementioned story, and on Mitch McConnell. And Lance Simmons is the author of The Evolution of a Revolution. We got a picture of that, too. Let's go to this question. The pitchforks are out. Jay, I just looked at the way, it's like World War I. It's like Barbara Tuchman, the Guns of August. The president says by the end of this year, December 31st, I will go by executive order to maybe legalize or give parole, whatever you're going to call it, to millions of people here illegally. And if the Congress doesn't act, they've only got 15 days on their schedule to act. Is there any chance in the world the House of Representatives will act in those 15 days and pass the Senate bill?
I think they're going to want to act. I mean, they keep saying that they're not going to allow this to stand. They're going to, this is outrageous. They're going to defund it. They're going to do something. There's going to be so much outrage. There's going to be so much outcry.
Will they act to do immigration reform before the president does it his way?
Oh, no, absolutely not. I mean, there's just not enough time.
That's a war.
I mean,
that's the red flag in front of the bull.
No, it's not going to happen before. And that's exactly
then we're going to war.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. There will be war. And I don't, the reality is, and I think you were bringing this up after the election, it's not a common ground situation. Somebody said, somebody wants 9, somebody wants 7. You got to find 8.
But you can trade.
Yeah, of course you can
trade for people here illegally for stopping the flow of people coming here for cheaper jobs in the future. You can do that.
They
did it back in '86.
Well, the Senate did that already last session.
Every time I hear the guy say border, I know it's BS. Nobody's going to put high. Any one of us, I would like to say positively for all of us, would find a way to get here to get a job.
You will either
we would
dig
find
under,
a way to get here. We would get a boat or an airplane. We would have gotten here.
You can only have a compromise. You can only have what you're looking for if you have confidence in the abilities of the negotiators. And I think there's a crisis of confidence in this country. There's a crisis of confidence in our leaders and in our institutions.
You mean nobody trusts the leaders to make the deal?
Exactly.
Well, I will go back to my old world of Tip and Reagan. There was no bigger liberal than Tip O'Neill, no bigger conservative. So when they dealt, they dealt. Let me ask you about this other thing. So we agree they're going to war, right? No compromise.
Yes.
Let's talk about why the Democrats are so lousy at salesmanship. Early in the show tonight, we showed Morning in America, that guy with that wonderful voice. You're on the radio, you know how powerful voices can be. It's morning in America. All these young people getting married. Everything's great. The unemployment rate was higher then in '84 than it is now. There was no reason to brag about it, and there was Reagan in the end zone. The Democrats this time had the highest Dow average. That's not everything for everybody. Unemployment way down from where it was when W left office, right? The auto industry, which we thought was almost extinct, is back and booming. People are buying American cars now. There are a lot of things that gas prices are below $3. If they're up around 4, people will be bitching about that. It's a lot of good things you can say, we're not there yet, but we're moving in the right direction. Nobody said that.
Radio has changed, Chris. Let's be quite candid. It has changed. When I started in radio, you had the fairness doctrine. You don't have that fairness doctrine now. Now what you have is this stratification. I'm going to listen to who I like and that message, and that's why you cannot get the message out. Everything you said is true.
Is that why the president only used black radio?
Well, he didn't only use black radio, but that's exactly why now the problem was he used it too late. See, I mean, the reality is black radio is the drum beat. That's the drumbeat of the community. I must tell you, though, I take exception with one word that the media kept using, that it was stealth. We've always been here. We've always
No, it was meant to not get in the face of the conservative white voter. Wasn't it done that way?
As if they didn't know we were here.
They don't know about black radio. They turned that dial. They ain't listening for a voice they don't like.
Look, I'm stuck between progressive and patriot channels, so I know they know I'm there because they're going back and forth.
Jay, let's talk PR. The Reagan crowd and the Republicans generally know how to spike that ball. They don't score any more touchdowns, but they spike the ball with much more elan. They know what they're doing. They brag really well. Democrats, I think I know why, but tell me why they don't brag about anything on the economy front.
I mean, it just wasn't space for it, right? It was sort of Ebola, 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 and then, you know, Obamacare, Obamacare. Then there was ISIS and beheadings, and every 5 minutes there was some new crisis, and then the president's not going to be involved. The president's disconnected. The president's not doing anything, and then he gets involved, and then the president's too involved. He's too much there. He's putting his face.
Okay, let's get to another question. Liz. The president did two things the Republicans didn't like that both worked. The stimulus did get us back into having some fiscal demand out there, some spending going on, even government demand, people demand eventually. They really did save the auto industry against the advice of people, these free marketers like Mitt Romney. Those are clear-cut cases, and yet, as Steve Ratner said earlier in the show, they call them bailouts. They put them down, not saving efforts or successes, but bailouts. So the Republicans win the war of lingo.
Look, fear, anger, frustration, all are winners in this this atmosphere that we're in right now, this environment. They're winners for the Republicans, and they've been playing off of this for a long time, and they've been winning off of this for a long time. And I think when you go down that route, you're closing off rationality. And when you close off rationality, you close it off across the board.
Progressives have this one problem. They keep talking to each other. They keep, real quick, I'm going to tell you this. When I graduated from Washington University, I come back Thanksgiving Day. I'm waxing eloquently at the table. My grandfather...
Which one should you go to one in
St. Louis, St. Louis.
Oh, that's a really good one.
That's right. That's
I spoke at the commencement a couple
That's
years ago.
a good one. And
that's
they're
really
proud of it, and they make you pay for it. But here's the deal. I came back, I waxed eloquently at the table. My grandfather from Clarksdale, Mississippi, looked at me and said, "Joseph, will you put it where the goats can get it?" And I looked at him like you looked at me. What the hell does that mean? Put it simple. Goats go to the root. We don't go to the root of these issues.
Remember Denzel Washington in Philadelphia, the movie?
Yes.
Talk to me like I'm your grandmother.
That's right.
Grandmother.
That's
Talk to me that way.
And progressives don't do that. They seem to want to try to impress each other
Thank you.
with the language.
You are a wonderful critiquer of our business, TV as well as radio. Anyway, the roundtable's coming back with a talk that Hillary Clinton's got to announce really fast for president. Who says? You know what? Who says? And this is hardball, a place for politics.